Hello there, welcome back to Coding Stuff, and this is third part of our Notes app using MVVM architecture. And in the previous part we have added all the dependencies that which are required, and also we have prepared the layouts for our app, and also we added some colors. So yeah, in this part we'll start to write some code. So let me just close this all. And yeah, if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, do so. Link is in the description box. There I post some stuff related to programming and Android, and also you can ask me your major issues on Instagram. So yeah, let's click on the package and new Java class. We'll name it as a note. So this is our model class, and in MVVM we call it as an entity. So we have to annotate this as entity. So this is a room annotation, and at compile time this will create all the necessary code to create SQLite table for this note object. And we will use lots of annotation in this project because this is how room hides all the boilerplate code from us that we were used to write in SQLite Open Helper class. If you remember, I have created tutorial series on SQLite database. So yeah, if you want to watch it, a link is in the I button and also in the description box. So let's hit enter. So the by default table name will be note, but we can change it by providing your parenthesis, and inside it I will write table name, and we can provide some SQL naming convention. So that is, let's say, note table. Yeah, this is how you change the table name. By default it will be note because of this, but we change it to note table. Okay, so now we'll create a few member variables that we want our note table to contain. So private, let's say string, title. Again we'll require another string that will be description, and then private int priority. And also we'll require one primary key to identify each record. So we'll create another variable that will be int. So private int id and then semicolon, and we have to annotate this as well. So we'll provide annotation primary key, and here we'll pass auto generate to true. So it will automatically generate a new id by incrementing 1. So the first id will be 1, then 2, and so on. So yeah, so now we need some getters. So just hit on generate, and we need getters. So click shift down to select all, and we'll require all of this. So we didn't include our id in constructor, so how it will update the value of id? So for that we'll need to create one setter. So just click on generate, and then setter, we just need it for id. Hit on ok. So yeah, that's it for the node class. So now we will need to create a DAO, which is data access object, where we define all the DB operations that we want to perform on this node object or node entity. So yeah, let's just click on a package and select new Java class, and this will be, let's say, node DAO, or we should keep it in capital, and we'll select interface. So hit on ok. So yeah, DAO has to be either interface or abstract class, because we don't provide method body. We just create method and annotate, and then room takes care of all the code that is necessary to perform that operation. And yeah, we have to annotate this interface as well. So we'll annotate it as DAO. So the first operation that will be inserting a data into our SQLite node table. So public will create one method, public void, we'll write it as insert, and here we need to pass node object, and we have to annotate this method as insert. So as you can see, we ourselves don't define what what this method exactly does. Instead, we just annotate it, and Room will automatically generate all the necessary code to perform this operation. So yeah, again for update, so we'll similarly annotate it by update and public void update, and we'll pass here note, and then for delete, so delete public void delete, and similarly we'll pass note and note. So now we need to declare one method for deleting all the nodes. So for that we don't have any annotation, so we have to use query. So annotation, and we'll write query, and here we'll pass one SQL query. So sorry, so delete from note table, and we'll write our method name. So public void delete all, and we don't need to pass anything here because this will delete all the records that is present in our note table. So yeah, this query looks similar to what we did in SQLite tutorials, but so if you make any typo error, it will show us an error. Let me show you. As you can see, it shows an error. Let's try to remove this O. So it will show us an error, but where was in SQLite OpenHelper class, we could still run our app. Then we would get a crash as soon as we try to run DB operation that contains any typo error. So that is one of the benefit of our Room persistent library as well. So yeah, so now we'll create another method to get all the data, and unfortunately we don't have that annotation, so we will need to use again the query. So query and caps lock on, select star means all from our note table, and we'll order it. So order by, or we'll sort it by the priority or member variable, and we'll keep it ascending. So as the value of priority is less, it will be displayed at the top. So we'll write live data, and inside two angular brackets we'll pass list, and then note. Name this method as a get all nodes. So live data is a wrapper which can hold any type of data like list and lots of other data types. But the benefit of live data is we can observe this object from UI. So as soon as there are any changes in our node table, this value will be automatically updated, and our activity will be notified, and Room takes care of all the necessary stuff to update this live data object. So yeah, that was all for the node DAO. Now we have our entity node and we have our DAO. So now we will create another class for Room database, which will connect all these different parts and create actual instance of database. So let's create new class. Hit on your package, click on new Java class, and let's name it as node database. And this class will extend to Room database. Yeah, this one. So as you can see, there is error. This is because this node database class should be abstract, or it should be an interface. So just before this class we'll write abstract, and this will be happy. So again we have to annotate this class as well. So annotation, and we'll write database, and we have to provide entities here. So just write entities. So we just have only one entity, so we'll write node dot class, and again we need to provide the version here. So version will be equals to 1. So as our app is not in production, we keep the version to 1. So now we'll create one instance variable of this class. So private static node database, and sorry, database, and let's name it as instance, and then semicolon. So we have created this instance variable because we have to turn this class into singleton class. So basically singleton means we can't create multiple instance of that class. Instead we use same instance everywhere in our app. So yeah, that is singleton. So after this we'll create one abstract method. So public abstract, and that will be node DAO, and we'll name it as node DAO. So we'll not provide method body here because room will take care of it. So later we will use this method to access our DAO. So yeah, after this we'll create another method to actually get the instance. So this instance, so public static will use a synchronized keyword, means a thread shape. So let's say if you have a multi-thread environment and you don't want to create multiple instances of this class, so it is always good to use synchronized keyword because it provides a thread safety. So only one thread can access this method at a time. Then we'll write a node database because we want to get object of this, sorry, instance of this. So get instance, and here we need to pass context. So context, I guess we need to import this, so press alt enter. Yeah, and then we'll check if our instance is already created or not. So if it is equals to null, means not created, then we'll create one. So we'll write instance equals to room dot database builder, and here we need to pass the context, get application context, and I will continue in the next line. Then we need to create the class. So node database class, we want instance of this class, and then we just have to write the name. So we can write anything, let's say node database. So we have to add one line here, that is fallback destructive migration. So fallback to destructive migration will avoid the crash if we try to update the version, and as our app is not in production, so we keep the version as a 1. So this will delete all the tables, and it will create new database from the scratch. So yeah, and then we'll write dot build and then semicolon. So after this if condition, we'll just return this instance. So it will check if the instance is equals to null, and if the instance is null, it will create a new instance and it will return that instance. So, and if the instance is already created, means instance is not equal to null, then it will return the already created instance. So yeah, that was all for this part. So yeah, that was all for this part. In the next part we'll continue from this. So yeah, that's it. Do subscribe and thank you for watching.